General Muhoozi is demonstrating two things. First, that indeed the power in Uganda does not rest in institutions. But of course, he can, in the future, rehabilitate himself and so on, and present himself to the people of Uganda. But as it is now, I think he's really acting against the country and cannot at the same time aspire to lead the country he's acting against.
You should also note that Dr.Kizza Besigye has always been in the race of the president. So when he sees General Muhoozi making such big comments of informing the country that please there is corruption and the common man is not being represented by the NRM party, Besigye will not remain seated. Why? Because he knows this MK will be having too much support because he's tackling the real challenges of a common man. General Muhoozi's behavior is very perfect because I said he is an open, independent-minded person. And the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency President Museveni, let him come out and give clear guidance to the ONC. Otherwise, if this rig continues, ONC pulling this side, the Secretariat pulling this side, at the end of the day, the person suffering is me, is you, is this person in the village. Dear viewers of Muchiga TV, actually thank you for liking, subscribing, and always being on YouTube of Muchiga TV. And thank you, Nelson, for this good service of Muchiga TV. We appreciate really. First and foremost, my name is Dr.Kizza, the political antidote as usual. And thank you for hosting me on Muchiga TV once again to clarify on some of the pending issues and some matters of national importance that have left some of us unstable somewhere, somehow. And as I said, the political antidote will always come on board to address matters, especially when things seem not to be going right and when people seem to be confused on some issues. And I thank you for giving me this opportunity, my brother Nelson, once again. First and foremost, I will first of all talk about the intrigue between NRM and ONC. ONC is part of NRM. Actually, ONC is the Office of National Chairman. And by NRM Constitution, National Chairman established ONC, his office, and appointed someone to be there. But unfortunately, the office seems to work in contrary with the NRM and the NRM Constitution. Recently on 8th, there was a document when she was addressing the person who heads ONC, that is Madam Hajati Uzei. When she was addressing the media, the document here, she indicated that ONC seems to be an independent thing from NRM, is working in contrary with NRM. How? NRM has the Secretariat, NRM has structures from national to the village. Now, as Ugandans, we also get confused, especially when we see ONC coming out to say for it will carry out all activities without looking at the NRM Secretariat, NRM structures up to the villages, and also in consideration with the National Conference. Actually, according to the NRM Constitution, it is the National Conference that that endorses the president. The Constitution is very clear that the NRM, the National Conference of the NRM party shall endorse the president. But now you can see all over the country, we have faced a challenge that similar faces are moving everywhere, carrying out endorsements. Where the people you see in Mbarara will go to the Antonde, will go to Kanungu, will go to Soroti, will go to Jinja. You see them everywhere, similar faces carrying out endorsements. In the name of that, the young people are saying, Mzee Itova Khomeini 2026. But then we are asking, actually we are not against them. yes, they may be having good intentions, but then why hurry? Because NRM as a party in 2021 committed itself in form of a writing called the manifesto to the people, and it convinced people to vote, and people voted the NRM into government. It is unfortunate that we are now 1 year and a half into the service, and instead of implementing the manifesto, now we are going back at politics of endorsements and what not. So as Ugandans, that's why we feel concerned. We request the commander-in-chief, the same time the national chairman of the NRM party, His Excellency President, to address this issue, because people are confused. The Secretary General came out and said endorsements must stop, because he's the custodian of the NRM constitution. But we have seen it now, the office of the national chairman claiming that the secretariat has no powers to talk about them or to make any comment. Actually, in a letter, she referred to whoever is commenting about endorsement as haters, meaning the office of the national chairman is encouraging hatred among Ugandans. This is very unfortunate. Your Excellency President, come out and address this issue, because as Ugandans, we are getting confused now and then, and really this will create more opposition. And I must credit that the team chairman, MK Project, and all other team have tried as much as possible to neutralize the opposition forces. And as of now, opposition is realizing that if we come together as a country, we can move on and develop how engaging the youth in productive activities, bringing the youth on board. But it's unfortunate that after MK project teams doing all this, now the ONC is coming to divide the people, is coming to bring endorsements, is coming to bring confusion to the people, disrespecting the NRM structure, NRM constitution, and NRM secretariat.
Mama Nyabo! Link Suits Band Restaurant, Mbarara Katete, yakuletera imbaga y'umwaka, hakuritse message, ebiri 25 December, ibirabiri nebiri, ubutamno mtwaro gumwe, VIP, mtwaro ebiri, kane meza, emitwaro 30, ahampani hiziraho, icyenyashe cyango, chipsi, Captain Mogani, na nechipa za bizo mutano, yesho yarebera beshokoze bawe, Weiji, Tipo, Rasachazi, Ristan MC, DJ Matsi, nabandi binji, abanyambarara, muchuzu digide, shemerwe, obwe, tukwetabakanisa, okhendera omwaka ogumpaha, ibirabiri nebiri, ebibyona bitebekanisiwe, Link Suits Band Restaurant, erikushanga Mbarara Katete, wahingura St. Mary's Primary School, kandawe yashagikwa Muchiga TV, on YouTube, okumenya bikiraho, yano tumushanji 5 mwenda, abiri nemwe, 5 ngaga na mwenda, nanga no tumushanji note emwe, ngaga nemwe, 5 9 weshange yo, Link Suits Band Restaurant, Mbarara Katete, abiri 5 December, umwaka ogumpa gwenyene.
That's why as a generation we are saying no. Please bring us to order. For us, we are young, and what we need is order. Bring us to order, show us a direction, and we will always follow. But if you keep on dividing us, we see similar faces moving everywhere in the country, carrying endorsements, and then when you come on TV, you say the Bazukuru, and you say a person of 70 years, the Bazukuru we are endorsing. Really, when the real Bazukuru are in the village, unemployed, suffering, and they are facing a lot of challenges, the services they are expecting from the NRM manifesto, they are not being given. Actually, the NRM manifesto was very clear, was addressing the issue of youth unemployment. But it's unfortunate that at this very critical moment, when the manifesto should be implemented and the youth gets employment, now people are being diverted to endorsements. Your Excellency, sir, kindly address this issue, otherwise we shall see our country going into a quagmire, which we don't wish as a young generation that has grown up in a government you have established under the principles of patriotism, democracy, socio-economic transformation, and Pan-Africanism. And we credit you for the services you have provided to this country. Please come and give wise guidance. Thank you. Exactly, I must say she's against the NRM secretariat, because the NRM secretariat follows the NRM structures, follows the NRM constitution. That's why Right Honorable Richard Todong came out and gave an order as a custodian of the NRM constitution that endorsements should stop and people concentrate on manifesto implementation. But in her response, she said the haters are going to be disappointed because the office of the national chairman works independently of any other person's command. So it's unfortunate, and yet the office subscribes to the NRM constitution. That's why we are saying, since the party has the national chairman under his wise guidance, as he has always done, let him come out and guide the secretariat, guide his office, because it is the office of the national chairman, whereby the national chairman is the commander-in-chief and the president of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency President Museveni. Let him come out and give clear guidance to the ONC. Otherwise, if this rig continues, ONC pulling this side, the secretariat pulling this side, at the end of the day, the person suffering is me, is you, is this person who is expecting services from us. Our issue now is NRM committed itself to the people through writing a document called the manifesto, of which, if that manifesto is not implemented, as young people we have even powers to sue them because they have lied to us. So let them concentrate on the manifesto. We need services. Things are not going on well down here. We have suffered the COVID crisis. From COVID, Ebola has come, economic crisis. The country has no money. Now the little money that would be there to sustain a few things in the manifesto is being diverted to endorsements, which is really disgusting, and we must condemn it as young people. And please, they are copying this from the Team Chairman MK project that has gone countrywide, mobilizing youth, bringing youth on board. If you look at what Team Chairman MK project has done, it has donated borders to people, it has built dormitories, it has given parties to young people, it has done a lot of activities to the youth, bringing youth on board, supporting them, and that's what the country needs. We need to see everybody involvement, inclusive agenda that will bring every person on board, like His Excellency the President has always been advising and encouraging us to do. And we believe if we come together as a country, not diverting from principles, not fighting each other, because MK is now getting a lot of support, you have to suppress his supporters, not doing all that, we believe our country will grow. General Muhoozi is a very principled man, and I must credit him. Actually, he's my role model. I thank him so much. He's a very open and independent-minded person. One, when you base at his tweets, he will tell you what he sees. He heard and he listened to the outcries of us, me and you, and other people outside there who are suffering, who are not getting the services they are supposed to get. President Museveni is always a very good and excellent leader, ensures that everything meant for a common man is planned. But unfortunately, when things move, they come from the head. When they reach in the stomach, they die from there. Those who are at the foot, they will never receive anything. That's why a common man is ever suffering. And General Muhoozi, hearing the cries of these people who are at the bottom and are not receiving the services they are supposed to receive, he comes out to say, I have heard their cries, and I must say NRM is not representing them. And he is very correct.
Uryo muri mbara nanga nutekateka kwishamu kana no ndo mwanya murunji akwasa kono humnize bitekateko byawe ni kwajura barika sutsi tune services mnunji mnonga accommodation, restaurant, sauna, steam bath, bar, gym, massage na nezindi nyinji mnonga rika sutsi nchango mureme rwambara Kabale Road opposite Ruti Tank Hill wabana ndakumanya gukiraho tano tumshanje noti 20 atano nina igana 20 naga noti tumshanje 5 nina Ashatu binachena nemwe arone ya nutumishanje umshanje 5 atano ni 5 chena nemwe 22 nobano gamana barika sotsi abakwirira services ezamtindo.
NRM is not representing us in one way or the other. Corruption has taken over all sectors of government. What is meant to be for a common man comes and stops somewhere, and it will not come to the ground, and there is no clear follow-up. So that's why General is open, and he will always criticize them and tell them openly that please, what you are doing is wrong, and we are ready as a generation to support General Muhoozi Kainerugaba to fight corruption. And I believe even those who are fighting General Muhoozi Kainerugaba are fighting him because they have realized he is this man who will not tolerate corruption. And where the country is now, it needs a person who is zero tolerance to corruption. And the General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is a fit man in this capacity.
What is your reaction about Dr. Kizza Besigye?
Dr. Kizza Besigye made a comment and said General Muhoozi Kainerugaba needs to adjust in some of the things. Yes, his comment partly as an elder. Even General Muhoozi Kainerugaba previously had commented that Besigye is a credible elder. Why? He will always provide a necessary advice to where it is required, and which is of importance to the nation. So Dr. Besigye, as an elder, he must have seen something, and his guidance is welcome. Actually, is very welcome. Besigye is not like these other people who are saying because they are seeing General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is gaining popularity, they are fighting him. They are putting all teams to uproot with the supporters, to intimidate with the supporters, harass with the supporters, and even go ahead to abuse with the supporters. We saw one of the presidential advisors calling us hooligans. He on media, he said that we who are promoting and supporting General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, we are hooligans. And we kept it, we just kept a blind eye, just because for us as a generation we are determined to fulfill our mission, and we see our mission can be fulfilled when General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is our representative in the capacity of the commander-in-chief. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba's behavior is very perfect, because I said he is an open, independent-minded person. He will tell you what he sees in his mind, and what he sees is beneficial to the people and to the country. So I don't think it's proper to say he should change in his behaviors, because the behaviors is now you can't tell me that someone crying for the common person who is suffering down here should change his behavior. And also, you should also note that Dr. Kizza Besigye has always been in the race of the president. So when he sees General Muhoozi Kainerugaba making such big comments of informing the country that please there is corruption and the common man is not being represented by the NRM party, Besigye will not remain seated. Why? Because he knows this MK will be having too much support, because he is tackling the real challenges of a common man. So he must advise him also to carry on with the corruption tendencies of NRM, so that Besigye remains the strongest person to condemn or to criticize the challenges being affected by this country. I am saying his tweets are very normal and very, very perfect. Why? He's addressing to you, Mr. Mchiga, Mr. Me. If I come here on media and you find I am here addressing media because I've been sent and facilitated to start attacking people, really, do I have even more authority to be in public? So that's why he's saying, if you are being used, please know that this is your generation. Come back on board. If you are a journalist and they use you to fight General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, why should they use you? Yet it is your generation, this is your time, you should be having a self-realization, and you work to fulfill your missions as a generation. Instead, now you are being used, they give you 10,000, you go and start abusing the people, they give you 10,000, you go and attack supporters of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, they give you 10,000, you go and harass them, you go and abuse them, you call them hooligans, then you think the general, isn't he also a human being? Even if it is me, it is you. You cannot see your supporters. You cannot see people of goodwill who have come out to say General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is the perfect replacement of General Museveni. You see them fighting, then you expect to remain the same. You must also come out and say, please, you are going beyond. Those people who are supporting me know what they are supporting. If you cannot leave them, then just see them and keep quiet. Don't attack them, don't harass them. They are also human beings, they have their constitutional rights. And I must say this, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba team has cream, because wherever we have gone, we have moved countrywide, but there is nowhere you will say this team of General Muhoozi Kainerugaba reached in this place and caused violence. No, we are working on the principles of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, democracy and socio-economic transformation. And when you look at all the activities countrywide the team chairman has been doing, it has achieved all the 4 principles of NRM. So that's why we are saying, please, please, NRM, revise yourself, represent people. Don't create these divisions we are seeing. Please, our elders, we are your children, we are your grandchildren, advise us, don't mislead us, don't divide us. We respect you and we need your guidance, and we know we can't run this country without you, but guide us, don't mislead us, don't fight us, don't harass us, and we are not harassing you, and we promise you safe and perfect retirement as we take over and you guide us. The nation should expect a lot. The nation should expect a lot from General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. The nation should expect a lot from team chairman. As the activities have been going on, we are going to kickstart. Actually, there is a clear work plan for 2023 already. And we believe every region, every part of every district will be reached and will receive the services of team chairman MK project, and every person, every individual will feel the impact of team chairman MK project as we promote talents and entertainment, as we support young people, as we support every sector of government, as we help the government to implement programs of parish development model and other programs. That's it.
How is General Muhoozi related to NRM? Are they separate or they are?
Now, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, according to me and my own understanding, this is the son of the revolution, a son of the President General Museveni, whereby NRM came from NRA, whereby the NRA is the force that went to the bush to liberate this country and captured this country in 1986. And the fact that now this son of the revolution has grown up in this government, has grown up, the father being the commander-in-chief of this NRM regime, he has a very big attachment to the party. That's why he will never remain seated wherever he sees. It is clear NRM was meant to represent people, but it no longer represents people. Why? And that's why he asked them, why? Should we begin another party? Is it the case? Is it what you want? Because he even showed them that we have the capacity as a generation to start another party, and we remove what? NRM. But that is not the case as of now. The case of now is, why can't NRM organize itself now? Remove this confusion, my ONC, endorsement, what? And represent people. If it commits itself in a manifesto, it makes sure the manifesto is implemented and people get services they are expected to get. That's what we need as a country. And that's what General Muhoozi Kainerugaba needs. And we thank you, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, for representing the silent majority, who are we, me, you, and others down here suffering. Now, corruption in government, it is true, it is caused by those in government. Now, this corruption in Uganda needs a commander-in-chief who is zero tolerance to corruption and not patient with a corrupt man. That's why even General Museveni made a statement that I am very patient with the corrupt, but General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is not patient at all. Now, this corruption, how does it come about? There is this son of the revolution. There is this man who went to the bush. Whenever there is a budget of 10 billion, he tells you 7 billion are mine. You will not oppose because he will tell you, you don't know where we got this country from. This country is ours. Now, such minds are hard to deal with. That's why President Museveni has failed to fight corruption here. Because the sons, even the sons and daughters of the revolution, when you find him or her in the office, he tells you, I'm unattachable. You can't fight me. My father went to the bush. And that's what is promoting corruption. Now, how can we fight it? General Muhoozi Kainerugaba being the perfect, how is he perfect? One, he's a UPDF general. To fight this corruption, we need an army officer. He has the trust from the UPDF and other forces. That is number one. Two, we need a man who is well established financially, who will not be compromised. And General Muhoozi Kainerugaba is also well in that capacity. Three, we need this person who is very brave and open, who will call a spade, and who will call a spoon. And we have already seen it with General Muhoozi Kainerugaba. Then lastly, we need this person who will not tolerate this that I am a historical, even if I steal someone's land, even if I close all banks and money I put it in my home, nobody will touch on me. We need this brave man who will say this is wrong. Now the country must go in this direction. That's why we need this person. And lastly, we need the person whom President Museveni can easily trust. How? We cannot be safe as a country. I must say it here. We cannot be safe as a country if President Museveni retires and we have any other president. He's not coming from nearby President Museveni, because 40 years of rule are not easy. So we need someone who will be there to ensure President Museveni is well protected, to ensure other historicals are well protected, then now embarks on fighting corruption. And that's why we are saying this is now the right time. And let the country make a mistake and 2026 President Museveni continue. Corruption will reach its maximum. Why? Because as you grow old, the older you grow, you become more relaxed. As you become more relaxed, people easily compromise you. That's why you see people of selfish interest, fronting selfish interests, are the ones carrying endorsements, similar faces, as I said, moving everywhere, because they know Muhoozi has already grown and is continuing to grow. This is now the time they can swindle when they know nobody will be putting much pressure on them. That's why we are saying as a generation, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba should come on board and address this, address corruption, provide the security to our elders, and the country moves on peacefully and successfully. The message I conclude with is to appreciate a few Ugandans who come on board to address the challenges affecting us as young people, affecting us as a country, affecting us as Africans. I appreciate those few individuals who always come out to call a spade and call a spoon a spoon. I will say God should reward you and should protect you. And I will also caution those who intimidate us that please, a person who dies for his country, a person who is tortured for his country, a person who is harassed for his country is a hero. So you will not intimidate us, you will not harass us, you will not abuse us, and we stop. The more you call us hooligans, the more we become more tactical and more skillful to win you. The more you attack us, the more we get success. So please join us as a generation and we embrace development for the country. I thank you so much, and I greet all people and my people of Shema and my mother who produced me. Maximum respect to Team Chairman MK Project Funds, maximum respect to our General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, our next Commander-in-Chief, maximum respect to Chairman Toyota Michael Kaguta, who has led with Team Chairman to all the successes we are achieving countrywide. I thank you so much and wish you a blessed week and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Tukwatanise musa the political antidote.
Tamazina ni Danielson Nwagaba, director wa Babina Danielson Business Point company eruku diringiro mu Tarazo tiles na stone pitch chira munonga to emphasizing Tarazo ni part of finishing pazo mu construction mu finishing omwe twahira magezi go gukora Tarazo n'amabara kamabara ago bizaba gasire kurugera gauges buri size yo kuba noyenda hariho 2 inch hariho 1 inch hariho 3 inch hariho 2.5 hariho 80 hariho na 6 umugasho gwa Tarazo kiringo ko kubano okora finishing okagira oti nyoni yenda kukoma aha ankogoto tarazo ninge kintu cyo kuba wakora ngo ekyemyaka kya generation tarazo ekyo kutuyamba netuyamba okwihara innovations namunonga atinka waba iritse wakwesanga cement noza kuba ugikorera izoba nchaka rusange kurakinje ninga so sange mu bikabakaba konke kitara hatarazo nyayi nakakora tarazo so far ndio myaka nk'ikumi onka mirimo wagwanje kuna abandize neshahezi tinkahura gangu renovation mangu gwasisika so taraza one kutuyambira gira ngo no wakore ikintu cya generation aha nugo murimo gumo gutwabasize kushohoza ogwa tarazo kandi ugu niko kubera complete yabe hwire ni yeji na abantu bagireba nibare kugira ngo ninka cement onka yohiro nibare no tabura mu cement oshohoze iki cyenyine cyo kureba twine different colors kurigera okushaba kwa client na obwiro bwito bantu following na nembera yo bwire na nahantu ahatwaza kukora mu rumogwe so aha kitwakorire gikara nte nahantu hari public aho kurubataho buri yomwe to atikeho white kugira ngo nono ine kuyambona no gwa kuba nakakozesa omukusimurana no kozya so twine different colors kandi twine different textures koisa oxides of kora colors koisa white cement ninga si different cements okora ezo colors so aha tukiza twakoisa white cement twataburamu ordinary kushohoza go murumo ogugwa hagati then harubazukuri twakoisa ordinary cement na black oxide kuiza koisa koreria